This meeting is called to order at 6:30 p.m. Monday, August 14th, 2017. This meeting is being recorded. Move to accept the minutes of last week's meeting on August 7th, as written.
We need to
Second
change.
it.
No, we need to change my address in there. My address is in there for the house with the.
Okay, so you want to make a change to the meeting, the minutes?
Yes,
Okay,
just the address.
okay, I'll make a motion to that effect.
Yes, I make a motion that we remove. Go ahead.
Second it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 So we'll amend the minutes to remove the address.
Okay.
Okay.
What is their address? I don't know. We'll have to look it up.
Okay, announcements. The library will be holding interviews for library director this coming Sunday and Monday. They have 4 applications. They expect to make a decision on the new library director no later than Monday night. The Selectmen's office will be closed next week on Monday and Tuesday. There will be no meeting next week. Barbara, do you have any other announcements?
No, I don't.
Curtis, any announcements?
Yes, movie night is on the 18th. It'll Friday night.
Movie night the
Starting
18th, okay?
It's starting at 6:30 at the
Okay,
community center.
okay, so movie night is Friday the 18th, 6:30 p.m. at the community center.
And that's all I got.
Okay, good, thank you. Okay, going down the list here. Complaints on Richmond Road, that letter has been sent, deadline September 14th. That letter was actually signed today, so it's going out today. The Ridley map, Attorney Hopkins. And Barbara, do you have an update on that?
I do. We received a letter telling us Attorney Hopkins sent a letter saying who the owner is, and I will be talking to him to see how we should proceed from here forward.
Okay.
And I'll get back to you next week.
Great, thank you. Okay, on job descriptions, I contacted Paula Matthews. She was the person that I talked to a few years ago that we discussed, and she will be coming in here to meet with us 2 weeks from tonight, August 28th, to discuss putting together job descriptions. So between now and then, think about what questions you have for her. Forensic audit. We have a letter from Jeff Graham, the forensic auditor. It's short. I'll just read this. It says, my final number for monies charged to various town vendor amounts, or accounts rather, is $11,417.91. I am working on my final report today, so I plan to have it in your email on Monday for distribution to the select board. This was actually sent out on Friday. Did we receive that, Alissa?
No.
We did not receive it yet. Okay. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Have a great weekend. For information's sake, our fees will probably approach the $10,000 maximum allotted by the board. You may wish to discuss this next week too. Sincerely, Jeff. So I'm not sure if that 11,417.91 includes the amounts that we were already aware of or not. I think he means these are additional things that he has found. So when we get the report, we'll see exactly what he says, and then we'll discuss what we want to do, if anything. Any questions on that, Curtis?
No.
Okay. Barbara?
No. We can't do anything until we get his report.
Right. Okay, Alissa, anything new on that fundraiser?
I haven't heard anything.
Okay, and we have nothing on Troy Redevelopment Group. West Hill Road complaint is out there with a September 7th deadline. Central Square complaint, August 24th deadline. Amnesty Day, we're going to make a decision on that in September. Okay, the Giorgiani Trust Fund public hearing, still on tap for September 28th. We have August 28th, that's 2 weeks from tonight, the public hearing on the additional highway block grant. I've started reviewing the town ordinances, and I'll have something to discuss 2 weeks from tonight at our next meeting. The Boston Cane. Alissa, you want to tell us what's going on with that? You don't? Okay.
Don't need to?
Yeah, please.
Okay, what we're thinking of doing, and I think it's a great idea, Alissa suggested that we get 2 plaques, one plaque being given to the person receiving it, and another plaque that will be in Town Hall, and we will put the names of everyone that has received the cane since the beginning on the plaque that will be in Town Hall. And we will present the plaque at the October 7th festival's Stuff a Scarecrow on the Common.
Okay, so if I understand what you're saying, then the cane, I think we already know, is presented to the oldest citizen in town.
Correct.
But they don't keep it. It's like a,
Correct.
you present it and then you take it back with you. The plaque is something that they would keep.
Correct.
Forever.
One of them.
Yeah, one of them. And the other one would have all of the names of all of the recipients on it.
Correct.
And every time it's awarded, a new name gets added.
We will.
Should that be here in Town Hall, or should that be with the cane over at Kimball Hall?
I think more people would see it in Town Hall.
All right.
I think it should be displayed here.
All right. As opposed to alongside the cane.
No, yeah, I agree, but they have the cane, so
Okay.
both things don't need to be in the same place, I don't
All right.
think. We may change our mind. We'll see. How's that?
Curtis, any questions on that?
Not at this time, no.
Okay. Troy Mills parking lot. The rent was paid up through, what was it, June? March, okay. And he's got a lot of lumber out there, or logs rather, that he's trying to get rid of, and he's selling them. How much did he say? It was
$55 a cord.
$55 a cord, and
Picked up, log length.
say again?
Picked up
Yeah, picked up by the purchaser
in log length.
in log length. And I don't know what that is.
Tree size.
Okay, all right. And with the money he gets from that, he'll pay the back rent. Okay, Barbara, anything to add or any questions about anything we've covered so far?
No.
Curtis, anything to add or anything with what we've covered so far?
So is the parking lot, is he plan on keeping it once the wood is gone, or?
No, he will not.
Okay. That's the only thing I have
Okay,
as of right now.
and we have no new business tonight. Very good. Now, guests, first one was scheduled at 6:45, and that was Amy Patel on the Central Square Market, but we're running ahead of schedule. Mr. Horne? Jason Horne?
Yeah.
So you get to go early tonight. How about that?
Great.
Okay. What can we do for you?
I'm here about the driveway.
Okay, this was at 29 School Street?
This is 29 School Street.
Yeah.
I guess where I started with it is I didn't realize you needed a permit, and of course I put stone down and you've been parking there. Then I get the letter the other day and I've done my homework on it, looked back through with it, and I'm curious where do we go from here? What is there anything that we can do? Can we get a permit for it?
Well,
I'm all ears.
okay. I think the issue is that on a single parcel of land, you're only allowed one driveway cut. That's a connection to the road, unless there's
Allan,
Yeah, go ahead, Curtis.
I'm having a hard time hearing him.
All right, Jason, could you come up and sit here so that Curtis could hear what you're saying? And Curtis is our missing selectman. He's missing in action at Fort Dix, New Jersey.
Kind of small today, ain't he?
Yeah, and he is our representative to the planning board, so he knows more about this than either Barbara or I.
Yep.
So we want to make sure he's part of this. But my understanding is that you can't get a second driveway cut on a single parcel of land unless there's a compelling reason for it. Is that right, Curtis?
Right, and then you have to go to the ZBA and you have to show proof or reason for it.
Right. The procedure, as I understand it, would be that first you would request a permit to make a driveway cut.
Yep.
And that
Through
would
the town.
right, and that would come from either the select board or Public Works Director. Jim Dicey would be the one who would actually make the decision on it. And he would be required in this case to say no.
Okay.
So then when you're turned down, then you can go to the ZBA and ask them for a variance or an adjustment.
Okay.
And if they feel that it meets the legal requirements for a variance or an adjustment, they can grant it. They don't have to.
Okay. So then I guess my next question would, because there are, of course, circumstances where the driveway on the other side isn't all that big, and there is parking problems. There's no way you could have 4 cars in the driveway without somebody having to move a car for the guys in the front to get out.
Right.
And of course we don't have permission to use the church parking lot even though there's an opening to it. like something that I guess I could work with. I've been helping take care of the church, so maybe I could do something there. But I'd like to see if we could go down that road
Okay.
and try that and see if we can get that.
Is there any room behind the building for parking?
No way really to get to it because the garage is there.
Okay.
You've got this long skinny driveway and you've got the garage.
Yeah.
You got the big then the house. I mean, there's only a small way
Yeah.
between the two, and there's a walkway there.
I've driven by just to look at it briefly.
Yep.
'Cause I
I got
don't
pictures if you guys want to see.
I'm just trying to come up with something that might be simple.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm all ears.
What if you were to close off the original driveway and keep the new one?
That doesn't solve. There's not enough room on the other side to do that.
Okay.
There's not enough room. Plus, you've got the garage on the other
Right,
side.
how would they reach the
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to get to the garage because I put my cars in the garage.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the tenants park in the driveways, and I've still got to be able to get in and out of the garage.
Right. Okay, the only thing I can suggest then is to go through the procedure that I just described.
So my question is now, can I have enough time to do that without destroying what I've already got there, and see if we can get there before I spend the money to take it apart and then put it
Yeah,
back?
I think that's reasonable. Would you agree, Barb? Curtis?
Yes, exactly.
Curtis?
Yes, but what's the amount of time? I mean, you plan on doing this?
Yeah, I'll fill out applications. I'll have them back to you. All I need to do is know who to give them to, and I've got an application in my folder. I'm ready to go. All I gotta do is fill it out.
Okay.
I'll be quick. I don't mess around with things.
So,
Okay.
okay. I'm willing to work with you.
All right. Here's what I would suggest then. Let's go ahead and do that procedure. What was the deadline that we gave you in the letter?
I think it was 30 days
Right.
from last Monday. I didn't get the letter until
August
Thursday.
31st.
August 31st was the deadline.
Oh, so he still has.
So
Yeah,
we
that's
have
some
a
time.
meeting on the 28th. If it's in progress and you're doing the steps, we can certainly grant an extension on that.
Perfect. So we'll meet back at the 28th.
Right.
Okay.
And,
And do I bring the application here?
Yes.
Right.
To
But
you?
I'll get it to Jimmy.
Not on the 28th though. This
No,
is
no,
like,
no,
like
no, no.
tonight or
No,
tomorrow.
He said he'd do it right.
Yeah, I'll do
Yeah.
it right away.
All right. Now for the 28th, we're not going to put you on the agenda for the 28th.
Okay.
You can just pop in because it'll be quick.
Oh, great.
Because we're either going to say, yeah, it looks good, you got the extension, or no, you didn't do what you said you were going to do. And
You don't have to worry about that.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
Anything
Thank
else?
you for coming in.
Not a problem. I don't mind hanging out till you guys are done because I'm curious of more about this.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, sure,
Not
absolutely.
a problem.
Thanks.
Okay, we are running way ahead of schedule, so all we're doing now is waiting for Mr. Patel, who's going to come in and talk to us about the Central Square Market. Sometimes we run way behind schedule. This,
Unusual.
yeah. So what else is going on around here, Alissa, while we're waiting for Mr. Patel?
Every day is interesting.
Okay. Barb, anything that you got for the good of the order?
You don't have him. He may have.
Who's next?
Oh, all right. Good for him.
Anything else you got for us, Curtis?
I'm going to be graduating tomorrow. I got a 96 grade point average.
Outstanding.
Okay.
Outstanding. So when are you back home?
I should be back there tomorrow afternoon, probably just in enough time to make it to the rec committee meeting, if they're still having it, because it's scheduled for tomorrow night
Okay.
at 7.
Good.
And then the planning board is meeting on Wednesday, so
So you won't have any time off at all?
no.
Good. Well, good. That's the way it should be.
He's been off for 2 weeks.
And how are things at my alma mater, Fort Dix?
Not too bad. It's actually raining down here right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been really busy. The Air Force has been moving in and been flying all their planes and their helicopters and everything all over the place.
Good.
Oh, somebody's-
It's been very interesting. Did you guys get a chance to make it down to the Carnival Day by any chance?
I did. It was good.
I heard there was a lot of good turnout.
It was.
All right. Mr. Patel? Hi. Come on in and have a seat.
How are you?
Alyssa, could you grab a chair for Bill? How are you, Bill? Good to see you.
Good to see you
You
again.
know Barbara, right?
I don't.
Hi, I can't. I hurt my hand. Sorry.
And
Nice to
our
meet
other
you.
selectman is Curtis Hopkins, and he's right there.
Okay.
Yep.
He's at Fort Dix, New
Hello.
Jersey.
This is
Hi.
Amit Patel.
Nice to meet you.
How do you do?
Bailey,
Good, good.
and you've got somebody else coming.
Yeah, my partner also
I'll
coming.
sit back here. He's got
No,
his
I'm grabbing
partner's
another
coming.
one. We have fun.
Sorry, we just ran little late because of the traffic.
I'm sorry, what?
We were just stuck in the traffic.
Okay.
Oh,
That doesn't happen very often around here.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry.
Allan Bailey.
So good.
Barbara
Barb
Guelcher.
Guelcher. I hurt my hand. Here. Give me the other
And we
one.
have one other person, and he is on the phone.
Oh, okay.
He's in New Jersey, so he's joining us. That's Curtis.
First of all,
Hello, Curtis.
Hello?
Okay, so what can we do for you?
yeah. First of all, thank you for giving us a time
Hmm?
from town perspective. You know the toy market store. That's
Right.
the building we are in a process of purchasing with the help of Bill and the whole team.
Yeah.
But before we go to and finish the closing, we wanted to get it blessed by the town
Okay.
that we wanted to reopen the store with the expectation that we will be getting we will be applying for the lottery license, beer wine license, and basically whatever it was originally that store used to be running
Right.
like that,
Right.
and it was a town store, and everyone was looking forward to. So we are in the process of reopening,
Okay.
and we just wanted your
Your approval is
approval on that. So if there is any question, concern you have, because because we will be going through that procedure through the state of New Hampshire.
Mhm.
I do own some other stores in New Hampshire,
Okay.
so we have been developing ourselves into this area, and we just happened to run across this store, and of course Bill helped us quite a bit on that. So
Okay.
I have a couple questions.
Yeah.
Would you be doing renovations to the building?
very minimum. Right now
Oh.
we are planning to just open as it is.
Okay.
Basically, because it used to be running store, so it won't.
It did, but that was quite some time ago.
And if there is any renovation we'll be doing, we will probably come and get the approval from the city. So
Okay.
it's not gonna happen right away, but I think once we do the closing, like for example, there used to have glass in front, right?
Yes.
That
We'll try to
window.
put the glass
We want to put the window there.
Okay, I would appreciate that very much because
Right.
I think it's quite off-putting at the moment. I
Right.
don't think it's inviting.
Exactly. Inside also we have some non-structural walls there, which we want to kind of do some changes there.
Okay, how about, is this going to be a full-service type grocery store? Is it going to be, are you partnering with a warehouse? For example, like C&S or Associated Grocers? I mean, where will you be purchasing your?
No, actually, very good question you asked me. Recently I purchased one supermarket in Esbenham,
Mm-hmm,
and that's where CNS, we just made a deal with CNS.
okay.
So I am going to talk to CNS to provide us the merchandise.
Okay, so all right, so
so-
it will be first-hand merchandise
Yes.
from a warehouse, okay, like your
So
typical.
basically we'll be their primary customer. I think I still need to create the impression of this store, because right now this store is not acceptable by those kind of suppliers. Because
Okay.
they are the one very high class suppliers. They are giving the supply to Market Basket and some other stores. But my other store in New Esbenham Market,
Mm-hmm.
that's where we just made a deal with them last
Okay.
week to be exact. So and I'm going to extend the same deal over here also. So that way we have good opportunity for the town citizens to get the good grocery, good quality.
Okay,
product.
so all right, that's all I wanted to know to make sure that.
So we want to make it more visible for the town, and of course anyone passing through the town, we want to basically bring it good value for the town.
Okay, all right.
He
And
wants to create a parking problem.
it well, I
I
think
mean that in jest.
But there is, I mean, that's something
Well-
they have to keep in mind. There is no additional spaces
Right.
anywhere. I
Right.
mean, we have what you see, and that's it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, unless there's a festival or something on the common, that's usually enough.
well, let's hope that their business prospers enough that that isn't enough.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good problem to have, not
that's
a
a
bad
good problem.
problem.
Sorry, exactly.
So,
Yeah. And I think, I don't know, because I tried to track some data from the prior owner who, like 5 years back, the store got closed like in 2011 or something. That's the time frame the store was closed. It was auctioned out and all that.
okay,
So I don't know if you know something.
I'm not sure about that, but,
So it did happen, and before that I tried to recover the data that what the business was, how it, but we want to replicate the same thing but more. than-
okay, which would be good,
Yeah.
because it was limited at that time.
Yeah.
It was not full service by any means.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the town needs something wall-to-wall, full service that people can do if they had to.
Yeah.
People that are walkers or whatever, they have the option of doing all of their shopping.
Exactly. And we want to provide that service. We
And,
want to provide.
and a lot of people live right behind it
Yeah. Yeah.
in the southwest department.
The
So,
Right.
population here is what, 3,000? 2,000.
A little over 2,000.
But there are a lot of traveling.
Oh, yes, Mass, yes, this is a main thoroughfare,
yeah.
so,
So with the calculation, we are expecting, the flow 2,000. So we are expecting like about per week the same. All the town people come to our store 1.5 times. So like total. We are expecting every week 3,000 people come to my store. From the town.
which would be nice.
The same person sometimes comes 2 times. This is the
Or
ratio.
more, or more, depending
more,
on
or
if
more.
it's a small purchase or large. Some people come
So
back
that-
every day for coffee,
Yeah.
And then there are impulse purchases during
Right.
that period, so
Right.
that helps too.
So I think with that, it sounds like we are talking about the same direction. So I am really expecting the good approval from you that we can go, because I am in a process of final stage of purchase and sales.
Okay, well, Allan, do you have any more
Any
input on
questions?
this?
Do you have a projected opening date?
Currently, we are planning to close the deal by end of September.
End of September?
Do the closing by then, and maybe a couple weeks after that we can
Yeah.
do some additional renovation and bring all the money. So mid-October would be the right timing.
Okay. Or target?
Oh, mid-October, so they'll be open right after the festival,
Or during?
or during. We have a big festival on the Common,
Yeah.
October 7th.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Right here on the Common. The entire Common will be filled with craft vendors, and we stuff scarecrows for the children, and food vendors, and a band plays, and it's 9 to 3. It's a whole day thing. Maybe you could plan your grand opening for the
Absolutely,
weekend.
absolutely. We'll shoot for that for sure.
And how many people show up on that day?
Couple hundred or more. We
Yeah,
fill the
right.
Common. The Common during periods of time during the day is completely full. So, and some people come just to listen to the music or whatever.
Right.
So, but it
Curtis
is,
get disconnected?
yeah, how'd that happen?
Oh,
Is it dead?
must be.
Call something. You have to call with your cell phone.
All right. Excuse me 1 second where we get Curtis on this line.
But that would be nice.
Yeah.
We'll try our best.
We could see in your store, it would be even nicer.
Yeah.
Because some people,
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
just, that is their goal, but under the terms of their agreement, they can't do it until they actually take ownership.
correct.
So it would be really hard for them.
Hello?
I think you might be able
Hey,
to.
Curtis, I got you on my cell phone. The other one died.
To make that change.
Okay, that's what I thought. It just went
They
blank,
just
so.
want me
Okay.
to do it, but that's their goal, is to get that open.
Which would be
See,
fine.
when I did my deal with the help of Bill, we wanted to do rough changes, renovation before I do the closing, but the seller was not,
Conducive to that,
Yeah.
which I understand.
which I understand.
It's unfortunate, but
Well, that's okay.
but it's
They
coming.
didn't know it, so that's okay, yeah.
So I think it sounds like you are in agreement with in a supporting. So I think we would probably need a lot of support from you on during that openings, and I think I would appreciate your support and help. So,
Not a problem, Allan.
But we'd love to see it.
okay.
Wish you much success.
Thank you very much.
Other than code enforcement, Alan, is there any other committee or board they would need to work with?
Not unless there's some exterior construction going on.
Right,
Any what?
Exterior
Exterior.
construction.
Yeah, no.
there's no
no,
place to go, so.
No.
Curtis?
There is one thing,
Sign permit.
we were discussing with the planning board about some properties that hasn't been in the same use
It has
for
been
a
in
long
the
period
same,
of time.
Right.
Is it considered the same use, or is it a change of use now?
Well, this
No,
would be
no.
the same use as it was before, but it's been a few years since it was used.
Right.
right, so I don't think,
I think there was a time frame on that, though. So my only thing is it possible that Mr. Patel, that you could come to the planning board this Wednesday at 7 o'clock?
why?
Just to make sure that the building still meets everything, because like I said, I thought there was a time frame that they were talking about, and I don't have any of my books here right now.
Well, we can look that up. I mean, that's not a problem for, I mean, you're talking about the ordinances, correct? The town ordinances.
Yes.
Well, we can look that up right now and take care of it.
Because I know they were talking about something about a change of use, that if something hasn't been in the same use for
But they're
X
not
amount of
changing
years or
the
something
use.
for a certain amount of time, that it might change it.
Yeah, it all depends on how you define change of use. If you mean that it was used for something else and is going back, that's not the case here. It was just vacant for 5 years or so.
Exactly.
Right.
One other factor that, I don't know your ordinance, but one other factor that some towns take into consideration is that when a property has been vacant for a period of time, but it's been actively marketed,
Yeah.
which this property's been actively
Right.
marketed,
Correct.
then it is not a change of use when,
Yeah.
in this situation, when they're doing
I
this.
can't make out what he's saying.
Oh, Bill, could you talk a little louder because Curtis can't hear you.
What I was saying was that some towns will consider a property that's vacant, if it's been actively marketed, which this property has, that when a buyer comes in to purchase that property and they're maintaining the use that was prior, the fact that it's been actively marketed means it's not considered a change of use because of the fact that it's been actively marketed. If a MIT was wanted to make that arguably an apartment building, then there'd be no question that it would be a change of use. But in this case, he's continuing with the use that was there before, and it has been actively marketed. As I mentioned, I don't know your ordinance, but some towns view it that way.
And one more thing I heard from seller. What was his name?
Bill.
Curtis.
Curtis. So what seller mentioned, and I think he have really actively, kept the store like running in a sense that he wasn't doing any selling, but he was maintaining the building, he was paying the property tax, and he have been doing that. So it's not like something completely dead and we are reopening. It's not like that.
I agree.
And that's what the story is. So
Okay, and I think, Alissa, you're looking that up?
Yeah, I'm not finding it. Where exactly is it?
Curtis, do you know where that is? Where will we find that change of use then?
I think it's in the zoning ordinance.
That's what we're looking at.
I could always bring it up on Wednesday
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a good idea.
and see if there is any issues, and if they are, I'll call Alissa and have her put it on the agenda for Thursday night, before Thursday night. For there is no meeting next week. For the following week.
Right, the 28th.
Yeah, I think.
So,
Yeah,
my main thing, I just wanted to make sure it was. I just don't remember what they were talking about the change of use over a certain amount of time. But I don't think there's a problem, but I'm not 100% sure on it. So.
But let me ask you this, Curtis. If there was a change in use, what would that mean? That it couldn't be used for anything?
No, I'm not sure what the procedure would be if they want to use it back for the same thing. I think it's just, changing it back, and I don't think that would be an issue.
Okay.
So in
mean,
that-
Yeah, I'm wondering why it would be a planning board or a zoning issue at all.
I agree.
It may not be, honestly.
Okay,
I just don't know off the top of my head. I don't have my books with me.
all right. Well, we'll
And,
check it out, and you can bring this up Wednesday at the planning board, and if there is an issue, then we'll deal with it. I don't really think that's going to be an issue.
One good
Okay.
word I can talk, Curtis, maybe is a small mouth, but anything change of use will happen, will add the value, I can tell you that would happen. But I mean, we'll still continue whatever, but it will add the value in the towns. But that's what I'm really looking into,
Yeah, I don't see where this is an issue at all.
Yeah, well, we'll make sure Wednesday
Right,
night.
exactly.
It becomes an issue, just so everybody knows. We've been told there's no extensions on this agreement, so it's either gonna happen or it's not. And I'm not sure why we were told we needed to come here tonight, but we're glad that we're here.
Okay, who told you that?
One
No,
of-
actually
one of the
when
next
we called
partners.
city,
Oh, okay.
we called city last week. Actually, I don't know who I talked to. Yeah, like around 4:45 p.m. I called her, and she say, "Yeah, like in 15 minutes, if you fill up this form and put." So I was planning to put myself in last week's agenda, because that was one of the thing we needed to go through the town.
And so we're just obviously hoping to move this
Right.
forward. If it does get hung up on the planning board, the deal will fall through.
Okay.
And
What
so-
is your deadline
September 15th.
to close? Okay.
Plenty
Well,
of time.
Yeah, if it does
Well,
become,
from the
if
standpoint-
it does become an issue with the planning board, there's still probably plenty of time for us to fix it.
Okay.
If
It would be helpful to know, because
Okay.
he's not in a position to move forward to secure his other licenses
Yeah.
without knowing that the town
Correct.
wants him.
Yes,
All
right.
that stands to reason.
Right,
Right.
all right, but 2 days we can do, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, all I'm saying, Alan, is
Right.
if it is a planning board issue,
Yeah.
then we'd appreciate knowing
As soon as possible.
as soon as possible, because then it's meeting, I guess, she said, in 2 weeks after, the 28th, I think.
Right, because
Which
we're not
you
meeting
mentioned.
next Monday night.
Right, so we'd have to make sure we're timely
Right.
in our application. We'd need to know what we're applying for.
Right. Okay.
So that we could accomplish this.
The
as
fact
smoothly
that
as
this
possible.
board is not meeting is really irrelevant, because it's going to be a planning board thing. But we'll know Wednesday, and if there is an issue, Curtis, if there is an issue Wednesday night, call me, and we'll deal with it.
Okay.
Thursday,
What is Thursday?
They will let
this
us know.
Thursday.
They will let
Oh.
us know on
On
Thursday.
Thursday.
In other words, we won't wait. We won't wait 2 weeks. Is
I
what I'm saying.
appreciate that.
We'll figure out what we have to do, because we'd love to have you come in here and open that store.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
And I appreciate that. So
All right.
It's just unfortunate, but we do have a deadline.
Yeah,
We've been told
Well,
it's for.
everybody
Under-
does.
yeah,
Yes,
understand.
and that stands to reason. I mean,
Yeah.
other people don't want to wait also.
yeah.
So we will move
Exactly.
forward.
Right.
The
We
seller was more adamant to, and that's why we kind of extended. I said I do have to go through city, and because tomorrow exactly this was happening. Once I paid and I close it, and if I try to open something like this happens, I will be from no.
Correct. You would be throwing your money down the drain. Yes.
Yep.
We understand.
So thank you very much, Curtis, and sir.
You're very welcome. And shall I call you
Sure.
Thursday night when we
That would be great.
get a card? And okay, and I'll plan on being at that planning board meeting too, just to see what goes on. I'll give you a call one way or another and let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That'll work.
So from the board standpoint, you're comfortable with us moving forward?
Yes.
Conditioned on the planning board?
Absolutely.
Yep,
Yeah.
Not a problem.
absolutely.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
You're welcome.
You're more than welcome.
All right. Thanks
Okay,
very
then.
much.
Sure. Have a good evening.
Nice meeting you.
Oh, no, wrong hand.
Nice meeting you. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Take care, Curtis. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Curtis.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Barbara, do you have anything else for the board for tonight?
Absolutely not.
Curtis, do you have anything else?
Yeah, I have one more announcement. Since we're not meeting next week, there's a boat safety class on the 26th, which is the following Saturday,
Yes.
at the community center as well.
Right. I think it's an all-day course, and I think it's what, $40?
I honestly don't know what the price is. I just saw it on my calendar.
Yeah. Well, Chief Ellis posted it on Facebook.
Okay.
So if anybody wants information on it, they can get it there, or they can call him.
That'll work.
Okay. Anything else, Curtis?
Nope, that'll be it.
Okay. Jason, you got anything else for us?
No, sounds good to me.
Alissa? Then, there being no further business, I move that we adjourn this meeting at 7:07 p.m.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting is adjourned at 7:07 p.m.